평소 다동 되고 제요 섬으로 고지요. 평소 고지요. So are we? Oh, okay. Yeah. So we can go ahead and get started with opening prayers.
So, prayer book, page 4.
You know, I also.
Did you get it from the printer?
Actually, I don't. I think all of it was. I did. I gave it to Drupon. I don't think that these.
Yeah.
Kyryube.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has it. I need a pen. I don't know. I lost my pen. Yeah.
Hello, can you hear me?
No. Yeah, I need one. Like she only.
Please enable the interpretation.
Yes, please. We're several translators here waiting for you.
I have one here. I don't know what happened.
Does everyone have a call shop in Australia? Anyone who doesn't have? She was looking for a teacher and I put it together. I can't think of her name. Yeah, I think that's good. And Sue and I had talked a while ago, because your primary practice is
롱바자이로.
Дорогие друзья, если не будет здесь сейчас сделана переводческая комната, идите в первоначальный Zoom, там будет звук. Вот, можно как-то вот так сделать. Либо оставайтесь здесь. Если у вас есть телефон и другой телефон, вы можете на одном включить один Zoom, на другом другой, и так вы будете слышать и то, и другое. Я не знаю, будет сейчас здесь сделана нормальная комната или нет.
Hey guys, please enable the interpretation. Thank you.
Okay, so, prayer book, page 4.
In the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha most excellent, I take refuge until enlightenment is reached. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. In the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha most excellent, I take refuge until enlightenment is reached. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings.
Sanje Jodan Zoje Jo Oma Nanga Dai Nyambe Semje Danje Dewa Dai Dewe Judan Dewa Choje Dong Hara Dong Hara
May all mother sentient beings, boundless as the sky, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they never be separated from the happiness which is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. May all mother sentient beings, boundless as the sky, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they never be separated from the happiness which is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion.
Sanje Shenla Mege Puwa Yin Do Ge Nang Dai Shen Ge Zhu Ba.
The ground is sprinkled with scented water and strewn with flowers, adorned with Mount Meru, the four continents, sun and moon. This mandala is visualized as a Buddha field. By this offering, may all sentient beings enjoy the pure realms.
Om Guru Deva Dai Dena Amendala Pati So Chang Tse Wadai Chu Jin Yo Ba Dong An Je Se Yen Zhen Chen So A Ye Dewa Chu Se Da De Je Za Ba Tam Je Zo Be Chang Je Jian Bu.
Please turn the wheel of the Dharma, of the two vehicles and their combination, according to the dispositions and likewise the mental capacities of sentient beings. Oh, no, I'm sorry. By homage, offerings, confessing, rejoicing, requesting, beseeching, this small merit which I have gathered, I share for the Buddhahood of all. We usually do it the opposite. We go English first and then Tibetan, so I just.
Oi Semje Namje Samba Aloye Cheda Cheda Chechon Tumo Tepa Chojen Kolo Kodo.
Please turn the wheel of the Dharma, of the two vehicles and their combination, according to the dispositions and likewise the mental capacities of sentient beings.
Good afternoon.
Do we have everyone online? He just noticed the TV wasn't on, so.
Tene da nga so teng da wang tene tu ho wang de ta ma shu yins.
So now we will continue with the bestowal of the Kala Chakra empowerment.
So maybe where's the spelling for
The blindfolds. You want to pass these out to everyone? Yes, we need to. Oh, and can you one more? Did you have one more? Yeah, thank you.
tene nga da de wang la wang de thonda de chitang nga so te sung re tene nga so yi xie lo ba thang nyom ba jang ba so re tene yi xie lo ba sung de tene ma nyom ba jang ba so ta da nga so tu ji chi go re tene tu ji che yin tene tene chang so da chang ne la ma sa chi bena chang so do ji sam ba gom mari rang ji wo la do ji sam ba gom la so ba ro ta ha ko sa ro
Tata test continue teaching a lot.
ya tene do ji sam ba rang ji wo do ne gum bi ta nga so nyam to tene do ji sam ba ji lo go yo re do ji sam ba lo be ka la tene hong ye ke da do ji sam bi ko ka ne hong ye ngang ten tene ngang ten ko wa do nga so nga long ro ngang ten ko ne ngang ten ko wa tele de ne tene produce nga kri he ji ke de ci tene do ji sam ba ke ta chung ne tene hyab ji be thong ne do ji sam bi 다 샤이베 트온에 마총 랑게 창옥을 효네 랑 룰라마 용바섬 땅고고에 텐디 루 당보데 가레스나 되네 맞죠 백파메게와 주 라소베 루지고네 다 소주와 마지발렘바 마창와 주와 말이테 로냠 라소바타 되네 이제고네 중 참마 직접 ngangcha tang Yiji Bone, Nopsan Lovat, our last will be Katene, Migi Katene, Big Kate number young, Tuku, Surata Viewer, Tindy Bomb, Tebunditine, not on that, the Jatarsom Seta, Sarsom, hit Canditom, Tika Latine, Kale, Yishake, the city, Nomo Sama, Te, Yoma Teantine, Jigta, Wogola Soba, Tene, Hapuganema, Cherton. 대통령이 류대양한테는 직다 가서버려 상마장장으로 차네 류치세 나세 되는 대중으로다 시험지 공부도 다 되게 차서 상담한 거래 되니다 대양으로 룽아 이좀지가 고네 디파사 가져들라 그래서 장위 깔리나 탄다 룽아 이조 고네 이제 고네 돌제선바 공 나가 고네 되는 Dorjisimbe nga chang wotene so dorjisimbe kuima oda tinde ketene gongbe kala nga so dikta ta to bu yores.
So the process of empowerment is essentially twofold. So it's a process of purifying or cleansing afflictive emotions and defilements, obscurations, and receiving the pouring in of blessings and primordial wisdom. And so the first step of cleansing, first cleansing to make ourselves a proper vessel, is done through reciting and meditating on Vajrasattva at our crown. So we can visualize Vajrasattva, who is white in color, holding a Vajra and bell, ornamented, with all of this Sambhogakaya adornments and the jewels and silken garments. And he's seated above our crown, and at his heart center is a white home syllable and encircled by the 100-syllable mantra. And so as the 100-syllable mantra, as we recite the 100-syllable mantra, and then that mantra that we visualize at Vajrasattva's heart center turns clockwise, then it produces this primordial wisdom nectar that's like kind of almost like liquid light, which then fills Vajrasattva's body and then exits from Vajrasattva out of the opening in his big toe, his right big toe, and that then stream of nectar enters into us through our aperture of Brahma, the opening at our crown, and it gradually fills our whole body, slowly pushing out all negativities, defilements, obscurations, and the causes and their fruition. So, suffering, illness, any sort of discomfort, negativity, or difficulty, and in particular, all of the negativities accumulated through the 3 doors, and in particular, the 10 non-virtues. So the 3 non-virtues accumulated in this life and throughout all former lifetimes through the door of the body. So any negativity from killing, taking the life of living beings, from taking that which hasn't been explicitly given, or stealing, and through sexual misconduct. So all of the 3 non-virtues of the body, likewise the 4 non-virtues of speech. So false speech, or speaking that which is untruthful or lying, divisive speech, harsh speech, and idle chatter. So the 4 non-virtues accumulated through the door of speech. Likewise, the 3 non-virtues accumulated through the door of the mind, So the mind of covetousness or craving, the mind of ill will, and the mind of wrong view. So all of this is pushed out of the body by this nectar that is filling us, and we can visualize those negativities leaving us in the form of like a goopy sort of charcoal like liquid that is pushed out through the pores of our skin and the lower openings of our body. And so then eventually we become completely free of any trace of obscuration and just filled with this really radiant, pristine light like nectar. And our body then becomes like a crystal, completely transparent. So transparent from the outside, transparent from the inside, and we're just filled with this radiant white light like nectar. And so in this way, as we recite the 100-syllable mantra, then we're also engaging, just like we accumulated those negativities through the three doors of body, speech, and mind. We're also purifying them through engaging the three doors of body, speech, and mind, because with our mind, we're meditating on Vajrasattva, we're meditating on and we're visualizing Vajrasattva, the flow of the stream of nectar filling our body. De gola para yila nga ganre
dorje keta the ngasuti lutela chansong samgro de ci hik de ci chone lula
Okay, so with our mind, we're visualizing Vajrasattva, our crown, in this entire process. And then with our speech, we're engaging our speech by reciting the 100-syllable mantra. And then with our body, we are experiencing the body being fully cleansed of the negativities and just filled with the radiant wisdom nectar. So in this way, we're engaging the doors of body, speech, and mind to purify in virtue to purify these obscurations of body, speech, and mind. And so also, when we visualize, our body has become like a crystal, and we're visualizing this nectar just fully filling us to the brim, to the extent that it overflows at the crown. And as it overflows, then we can imagine that it forms the diadem or the crown of the 5 Buddha families. And so in this way, this becomes also like the base empowerment. So this is similar. This process here is similar to the process of the base empowerment. So now we recite together the 100-syllable mantra, the Vajrasattva mantra, and then when we receive the cleansing water, the saffron water, and we take a sip, and then we also leave, there's a little bit still left on our palm, and then we touch our palm to our crown, and that is what symbolizes that touching our crown, our palm to our crown symbolizes the dawning of the diadem or the crown of the 5 Buddha families.
Oma sarva tata gada bikin gade samaya ayere hum Nahom bendar sado samaya mani bala Sudo kayo me bawa, sudo kayo Rado me bawa, sarva sebe me baraya, sarva karma sudame, tede shaya guru. Mahasamaya Sadhu Sadhu Samaya Manipalaya Odino Badi Jadu Me Sudokaya Me Bawa Sudokaya Me Bawa Anurado Me Bawa Sarva Sede Me Varaya Sarva Karma Sudame Vedeshya Guru Sarva Da Da Mandarama Menta Nandra Bhava Mahasamaya Sadhu Ahom Bendara Sadhu Samaya Manipalaya Bendara Sadhu Dino Badi Jale Do Me Asudo Kayo Me Bawa Asudo Kayo Me Bawa Anurado Me Bawa Sarva Sede Me Varaya Karma Sudame Tede Shaya Guru Sarva Da 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 Mandarama Menta Nabendra Bhava Mahasamaya Sadhu 我大的呢，我做网我也学校了，大家堂我做网，的大上啊都是特别网啊，早前不是，网的学玩起过了的呢，大东把他们几个点都去哇，在唐波的开始过是那我做江州，广州什么嘉兴州啊，的呢第一届了的呢，长期三届吧，我的的路过过的，天的大谈的，这个呢一天上啊都是特别网。 去年特了呀，说完到吧，天天的都是早晚的嘛用过的，天天的呢，也弄弄那是，啊，有没有？
So then also, you know, as is in all cases, the precursor to secret mantra Vajrayana practice, and especially also the vows of secret mantra that are received through the process of empowerment, first we must have the foundation of the vows of refuge, so taking refuge in the three jewels, and the vows of the Bodhisattva vows, the vow of generating bodhicitta. So then in order to ensure stability in the process of taking Vajrayana vows, we first then take the vows of refuge and generate bodhicitta. And we do that through call and response or repetition.
So now repeat after me.
So once in Tibetan and then in English.
Gachen choda,
Gachin Shuda,
ombabo,
Tombabo,
lopon chone,
Lobon Chune,
gongso zor,
Gongsu So,
chanchob chenbu,
Changchu Chenpo,
sudenba,
Sultenpa,
gombo chenbo,
Gombo Chenpo,
danselo,
Datselo,
tamseng dini,
Damsek Dini,
dala zor,
Dalazo,
chanchob semjang,
Changchu Semkyang,
dala zor,
Dalazo,
sanje chotang,
Sanje Chudang,
gendu de,
Gindin De,
japsom tajang,
Kyapsum Dakyang,
dala zor,
Dalazo,
tarwa chenbu,
Tarba Chenpo,
chongcho de,
Doncho De,
gombo dane,
Nombo Dane,
chokbaran se.
Shubarje. Sovereign Guide of great joy. Teacher, please consider me. I pay homage to you, great guardian, who reveals the way to total awakening. Please bestow upon me the essence of Samaya. Please bestow upon me the mind of awakening. Please also bestow upon me the three refuges of the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. Protector, please lead me to the supreme abode of final liberation.
다 당기데 휴바레 가서 되네. 가첸 쪼다 똥바보 zonda 가와 쳔부 내와 쳔부 텔라 가르휴고요리 라비네 다 당긴 가서 지게 상아 로지티비 와 라멘두라 톱네 되네 디게 냠솔랑 왕게 통주라 제비이나 왕게 통주라 제비이나 되네 내와 쳔부 가와 쳔부 토그레스틴다 데라 가와 가첸 쪼다 똥바보스다 가와 쳔부 나로나스다 똥로나 숨고와 아티네마 힘바다 하고다.
So as here we say, guide of great joy. So here it is like through receiving empowerment, through the Lama who is bestowing empowerment, then if having received empowerment, we engage in the practice. So we utilize that initiation to then really do the practice, then that becomes the means by which we achieve great joy, great bliss, great joy. And so for that reason, that is why we say sovereign guide of great joy and so forth.
다 드네 어다 디질다 repeat after me. 권초 좀라
Koncho somla,
다참체
dakyapche,
대파메게
digpa mige,
소소리야
sosorja,
너위게라
njove gela,
예예랑
njeyerang,
상제장조
sanje jangcho,
이제송
yege zong,
상제조동
sanje chudang,
송초라
sochola,
장조바드
jangcho bardu,
잡선체
kyapsuche,
랑옌토니
rangjen duni,
rabdob체
rabdubche,
장조셈네
changchub semne,
지바르지
che barje,
장조초게
changchub choge,
셈니 지제네
semne jejene,
semchen
semchen tamche,
다겐 롱드니에
dage dondonir,
장조존조
changchub chujo,
용 지바르지
yeong je barje,
돌라 펜체
ndola benche,
상진로 버쇼
sanje durbar sho. To the three jewels, I go for refuge and confess each negativity along with every unwholesome deed. I rejoice in the virtues of beings and hold steadfast the awakened mind of Buddhahood. And until I reach enlightenment, I take refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, and supreme assembly, and for the welfare of others and myself, I generate bodhicitta. And by way of this arousal of supreme awakened mind, I welcome all sentient beings and will engage in beautiful conduct, supreme actions of bodhisattvas for the sake of benefiting beings. May I reach the state of Buddhahood.
다 ngazo di 단디 단한 고 왕큰 고게다 더zo 카르스는 다 ngazo 미네 메타 메바 세그와 라메 따리아 팀바레 팀다 벤 당보 공조 좀나 잡스치 좀 공조 좀 잡스지 공조 좀나 두 준드 탱고고 사레스.
So these preliminary stages of the empowerment are like absolutely necessary. There's no way to proceed with the empowerment without them, because actually, when it comes to, for instance, refuge in the three jewels, this is a mind state that we should be present at all times, that we're always constantly at all times in like unbroken continuity going for refuge in the three jewels.
다 되는 당이 공시와 나기를 가서 라마 태바서 다 제타 라마 공조존만 뒤디요. 다 공조존데 가서 가두이나 탱고고 다 공조존 뒤 나네 단단 가서 남된 히바서 다 단단 가서 오케 에라 두촌 뒤 나나 근데 상지 샤샤터 바라와 근데 상지 샤샤터 바다 양의 양도 탱고고요. 다 가서 지 칼라사비요나 사비깔라 양 상지 탱 텔레 초바부 동로 공부요나 동로 공백값라 양 상지텐 제상가서 대송을 점로도 뭐 휴기값라 대용도와 되네 세지자 진동게 되네 야푸 초그레 상지라 초바푸 그레 대가나 얘기 제 랑랑 뭐 야가지 요와 서주자 자체지 요와 양면은 동로 서버로 되네 요긴 동로 서버다 담보야 본조존 푸이 삼만라오지 근데 맞아 놀라고 그래. 근데 뒤게 근데 맞아 소남 삼지메 샤워도 공조도 템바. 근데다 베나차샤비나 맞아 콤바스리다 콤비조고 그래. 근데 베나노 차샤비나다 맞아 베나 현도베 네카블라와
So compa gyave de chuten kora gyaba. Sumyo mare dene compa gareya.
공바와 공바만이 공바이 슬라우로 뭐테나기 되는 거죠. 금리적으로 그래. 다 공조선 템고 그래. 간리스 템고 그래. 라면 양의 템디나 되는 거죠. 다 빼네. 다 라세너 페너 치위네 갑라고 좀 담비나다. 지 신도베 갑라다 거죠. 루트 칼레 맞죠. 루들라 펑션에 봐. 차기 열어봐. 당보네 가서는 중화실라 더버리 이나야다 고 중화시대 칼레 가서 ordinarily laptang도 somotana 되다 조로로 니마지 되네 가서 루 중화 템렘들이 되네 그 안보 나한테 마냠 루냠 손도 되네 지도야 아요 말이 이미네야 샘디요로 뭐 샘디 샘티 가운데 கொஞ்சம் 템 그러나 루 디가라 제치는 아한테 다 토야 얘기 말이 이는 கொஞ்சம் 템버 좀 되겠어 시베네 감으로 좀 담비나야 네베다 나 시사레 좀비 뒤트라 되네 지 상전도 오지 되나 கொஞ்சம் 되나 되네 야 타발 톱도 그래 송도 타발 톱도 그래 어떻게 되네 다디 근데 톱을 지발라 근데 단대 뒤라 되네 கொஞ்சம் 양내 양도 태고 요사레스
So, and it is said that the three jewels are embodied, or the Lama is the embodiment of the three jewels. So, and during our time, our era, this period of time, our era is the era in which our Lama is really the Buddha Shakyamuni. And so when we always remember the Buddha Shakyamuni, so we always at all times practice kind of remembering the Buddha, thinking of the three jewels, and like making every activity and option and opportunity to offer to the Buddha, to the three jewels, to reflect on the Buddha and the three jewels. So for instance, when eating food, when we first take a moment to think of the Buddha, to think of the three jewels, and to think of, offering this food to the Buddha, and then to partake of it, to nourish our body in order to be able to continue, practicing the Dharma. And then when we, any sort of new beautiful thing that we stumble upon or that we acquire, or for instance, if we buy new clothing, then prior to just putting on the clothing, and wearing it without thought, or without any sort of consideration of the three jewels, we can first then offer that new clothing up to the Buddha, to the three jewels, and then wear it, then put it on. And then it becomes, then when we kind of use our everyday experience as reminders to practice mindfulness in this way, to reflect on, to remember the Buddha, then everything can become a really extraordinary basis for the accumulation of merit. But it's like a part of our training. It's a matter of familiarizing or developing a habit to reflect in this way, because as the famous saying goes, in Tibetan, I always point out that it's actually a play on words, because it's Gomba Mayen, Kombayin, and those two words almost sound like the same thing. But Gomba is meditation and Komba is habituation. So it's like, it actually says it's not so much meditation. It's not meditation, it's actually habituation. So that is essentially what meditation is a process of developing a strong tendency, a habituation, inclining the mind in a certain way through habituation. And so when we do this, when it comes to, remembering mindfulness of the three jewels, remembering the Buddha, then this will be of great assistance to us at the time of death, because when we die, our body will gradually break down. The physical form of our body will go through these stages of breakdown and disintegration, and then ultimately our body will not be functioning any longer, but our mind will still be there. So slowly the four elements will break down, they'll dissolve, and then we'll no longer have control of the body. But if we can remember the Buddha with our mind, if we can remember the three jewels, then, at that moment, through that remembrance, there's the possibility for liberation right then and there. But to create the possibility for that to happen at the time of death, we have to build up the habituation of the propensity to remember now while we're alive.
다 뒤인데 다 보다 지고 말에 뭐 파도라서 뭐 포와라서 봐 그래서 가리요래라나 되니 러그도 아 뭐저때 치구기티나 제야 매줘지 이송 거래 내가 스케리 도 세생도 치유요나 건도고 다 I don't know 태거 올로 뒤요나 뒤가라 되니 지만도야지 고요래스 이는 현황다 이거로 보다
So So it's said that, if we, so like to be able to, for instance, have, or during, say, the potentially frightening experiences of the bardo, to be able to remember the Buddha or any object of refuge, any source of refuge, then it's kind of like if we Dining ngato yo bekatla, alive yo bekatla garci di gu di chi gu. Then we want to get to the point where our habituation is so strong that while we're alive, if we were being chased by 9 scary dogs or 9 scary tigers or any sort of really frightening thing, that's what would be in our mind, that our mind would turn to remembering the Buddha, remembering the Dharma, or whatever object of refuge. Mm-hmm.
근데 나랑 대상무요. 나 가서 니 준다고다. 되니 중국어로 중국 가서 지스 랍도. 이나테 야보레 상무도 이나 양코디 삼삼베 코도 야리 지스 랍나 되니 켄서로 와.
So he said, actually, he noticed that people here, sometimes when something scary happens, they go, Jesus. and he thinks actually that's good. Because it's like, that's kind of like reflecting that's like your mind is going to. But he said, then on the other hand, like sometimes there's this kind of like swearing quality to it that maybe isn't so good. But that reflex of thinking Jesus, is actually a good one.
But 근데 태양고도 다 Jesus 태양나리 야나 부다 태양나리 뒤가올라더니 그 태양 되게 오래 가서 바도 기타나 송요래 바도 포와트서 라더니 템바드 사견직 태양 되게 있으니까 포로 그래서 다 노멀하고 가서 포와이나 제로 드네레네지 로 드네도 사도 제 구명도 당아당 여러 때 그냥 보고 말해 송도 다 단단 가서 practice 티셰베네 카비나 티네 깨지직 되나 사견직 되나 되기 오래 예스 그냥 가서 단단하게 되네 제 포와로 오이나 레네지 라마도 로야로 당 티네 사다나 나랑 거야 비주얼에서 치고야 가요 말해 사견직이나 도그레스 깨지직 조상지 정도 네 깨지직나 도토 그레스 인다 problem is 되나 법 태양 가보여서라고 이나 태양하면 그냥 바도가 위나래 히비네가 봐 이나래 되네 토레 정도
바도 or hivenega. So yeah, in that case, when something startles us or something frightening happens, and the first thing that the mind thinks of is Buddha or Jesus, or then it is, that's what we want the mind to do, to have actually it's a reflex to remember the 3 jewels, to remember the objects of refuge, because then in the bardo, it can take just a second of remembering for the consciousness to be liberated. So in the process of death, if we even just a moment of remembering, can be that moment that creates the condition for liberation. Whereas, sometimes there's this thought like, oh, for instance, if we're practicing POA and how do we do it? And then we have to visualize all the details and recite the sadhana. But actually, it's not like that. It's just simply remembering is enough in that moment for the consciousness to be liberated. But the hard part is remembering. So it is said, there can be like Buddhahood or awakening in a single instant, in a single moment. But the hard part is to actually remember it, particularly at those times. So it is actually very difficult to remember at the time of death. It's difficult, especially difficult to remember in the bardo. So that's why we want to create the very strong propensity for remembrance now while we're alive.
Now it's repeat after me. Sanje seche.
Sanje sege.
Seche
sanje.
Seche sanje.
Seche sanje.
Tamche dang.
Tamche dang.
Pawo nenjor.
Pawo najor.
Manam gung.
Manam gung.
Nala gombar.
Nala gombar.
Zedozor.
Zeduzo.
Dang ming.
Dang ming. Say your name. Say your name.
Shejewe.
Shejewe.
Tundene.
Dudene.
Songneso.
Zongneso.
Chisi changchop.
Jisi jangcho.
Ningbu hwar.
Ningpo bar.
Chetara tusum.
Chetar dusum.
Gombo nam.
Gompo nam.
Changchop dene.
Jangchub Dune,
Nyenzibe,
Ngezebe,
Changchob Semne,
Jangchub Semne,
Laname,
Lana Me,
Tamba Dake,
Damba Dage,
Chibarje,
Chibarje,
Sutem Chene,
Sojum Chine,
Labatang,
Labadang,
Yebi Chone,
Ngebe Chune,
Dubatang,
Dubadang,
Simchen Tongji,
Simchen Denge,
Sutem Zong,
Sojum Song,
Sosor Dembor,
Sosor Tempor,
Songwarje,
Zongwarge,
Sanje Nenjor,
Sanje Nejo,
Dombala,
Dombala,
Sanje Chodang,
Sanje Chudang,
Gendu De,
Gindunde,
Lana Mebe,
Lana Mebe,
Concho Zong,
Concho Song,
Tene Zamde,
Dingne Zamde,
Songwarje,
Zomarge,
Dorje Ringcho,
Dorje Rekjo,
Chimbola,
Chambola, Dorje Dubu,
Dorje Tibu,
Dorje Dubu,
Chagjayang,
Shajayang,
Tekonani,
De Konani,
Songwarje,
Zomarge,
Lopong Tajang,
Lobon Dagyang,
Songwarje,
Zomarge,
Rinchen Ringcho,
Rinchen Rekjo,
Chimboye,
Chamboye,
Tamsayido,
Namse Gedo,
Ongwala,
Ongwala,
Nyere Hindu,
Nere Shindu,
Tutogdo,
Dudu,
Jimba Namye,
Jemba Namje,
Tadojin,
Dagdujin,
Changchob Chimbo,
Jangchu Chimbo,
Le Chongwe,
Lejungwe,
Peme Ringcho,
Peme Rekcho,
Tabala,
Dabala,
Chinang Zangwa,
Shinang Sangwa,
Tekbazong,
Tekbasong,
Tambi Chune,
Dambe Chuni,
Songwarje,
Zungwarge,
Leje Ringcho,
Legi Rekcho,
Chimbola,
Chimbola,
Domba Tamchi,
Domba Tamche,
Ndemba Ne,
Dembarne,
Yangda Nitu,
Yangda Nidu,
Songwarje,
Zungwarge,
Chobe Lejang,
Chube Lekyang,
Jinuje,
Chinuji,
Changchob Semne,
Jangchub Simne,
Lamincho,
Lamecho,
Tamba Dake,
Damba Dagi,
Jijine,
Chejini,
Simchen Gunje,
Simchen Kingi,
Tongje Cher,
Donggeche,
Dake Domba,
Dagi Domba,
Maluzong,
Maluzong,
Madrawanam,
Madrawanam,
Dakedar,
Dagidar,
Madorwanam,
Madrowanam,
Dakedor,
Dagidro,
Umachimba,
Mumachimba,
Uyonghin,
Uyongqing,
Simchen Yangen,
Simchen Yamin,
De La Gu.
De La Ku. In English,
Yeah, once.
all Buddhas together with your children, all warriors and all yoginis, please heed us. We who are called by the name, say your name. From this time onward, until we reach the essence of enlightenment, just as the protectors of the three times became certain of enlightenment, we will generate unsurpassed, sublime bodhicitta. We will hold steadfast the three disciplines, the discipline of training, the discipline of gathering virtuous dharmas, and the discipline of working to benefit sentient beings. We will hold the vows of the yoga of the Buddha family with the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, the unsurpassed three jewels. From this day onwards, we will hold the samayas of the great Supreme Vajra family, the mudras of the Vajra and bell, the samaya of suchness itself, and the samaya of the Vajra master. We will hold the samayas of the great Supreme Ratna family, the attractive samaya of performing the four types of generosity throughout the 6 times every day, We will hold the samayas of the great pure Padma family, which arise from great enlightenment. By practicing the sublime Dharma of the outer, inner, and secret vehicles. We will hold the samayas of the great supreme karma family, possessing all the vows. We will hold these authentically. We will also make offerings as much as we are able. Unsurpassed Supreme Bodhicitta, generating the sublime mind for the benefit of all sentient beings. We will hold every vow without exception. We will liberate those who are not yet liberated. We will free those who are not yet freed. We will give relief to those with no relief, and will establish all sentient beings in the state of nirvana.
So wearing the blindfold.
So now you can put on the blindfold.
Manaya hong akam vera hong tinita lome ke ninkar kunzo changchop semji ngowo ni chang som dawaji yo dawaji kon ya khonji som teret iti ngowo tkarsena kunzo changchop sembarwa thi gana tene thongdam changchop sem semba rangi dorje garbo senga baji thrije gom te gom ne tene lame kendere tene banza sarva yoga zeda umadaya me labdite da thanda tela anjowa mewa kunzo changchop semna thongma changchop semba rangi semna nesong samba nas.
So now there is the special generation of bodhicitta through visualization and mantra. So you can visualize at your heart center a full moon mandala or a moon disc, a full moon disc that symbolizes the relative bodhicitta. And then upon this is a 5-pronged white vajra, which symbolizes the ultimate bodhicitta. So holding this visualization as your heart center, then when you hear the mantra, yeah, so then so then with the mantra Om Sarva Yogatsita Upadayami. So with this mantra, and then also the mantra that follows, so when you hear this recitation of these mantras, which symbolize the relative and the ultimate bodhicitta, then that mantra together with the visualization cause your relative and ultimate bodhicitta to become stable, to be made stable and unchanging. And you can also and then the Vajra master will make the gesture with the Vajra of the crossed Vajra, which you can visualize that gesture is kind of placed at your crown or done at your crown, and that this gesture causes further stabilizes, it makes your bodhicitta stable and non-declining.
Lome nyingara gunzo changjo semje ngowa dawe jingkoro nya gangwe wuzo tongdang changjo semje rangjeng dorje Barbozenga Vincent Bara Jo Oma Sarva Yoga Zeda Ubadaya Me Oma Sura De Samaya Sadam Hoti Siddhi Banzara Yata yin chu jie di yin yi gua tang wen jin jie jin jie lao jie di yin yi gua tang wen qi jin zhuo de song wei tong jie jing huo re de ma you ba na ma wa me jia xian yin ma wa me jia xian yin ma di yang ba nam la yang ma yin no
Today you have been blessed by all the Tathagatas. As for the supreme secret of all the Tathagatas, you must not speak of it to those who have not entered the mandala, nor to those who have no faith.
Nga zo tele karsne Vincent karsne nga zo jing huo ni ma hiu ma nyong wa ina tene ta da de blame for chia wa o da ti chi da
Ganela.
tene nga zo da me da ting ya Vincent tere yes nga zo jing huo tang bu hiu ma nyong na top ska jing huo dong ge ma ba.
So our putting on the blindfold, what this represents is that we haven't beheld the mandala yet. We have have not entered the mandala. So this is what is represented by wearing the blindfold.
Om Namade Hom Namame Hom Namo Nama Hom So Wa De Chu Je Nyerwe Xue Tam Se Dong Dong Xie Teng Ne Chu Je Ti Cha Gu Je Ngen De Qi Xie Gu Wa De Cha Gu So Chu Je Nga La Ni Ba Me Jia De Kede Chena Chu Yang Awa Ma Wan Ji We Du Ji Ba Jo Da Re So Da Tin Da Nga So Da Na Di Nga Ke Ngo Drop Tela Tene Da Tam Tsai Lama Tang Loma Tam Tsai Ndem Ba Loma Rang So Jing Kor Je Ke Nang La Kyo Be Loma So La Tene Tam Tsai Ndem Ba Tene Je Yo Na Tene Tse Je Ke Sang Je Tu Ge Res Tene Yang Je Tam Tsai Ndo Tene Nyam So Na Tene Sang Je Ya Ka Le Ka Go Res.
So when you enter a Vajrayana mandala through the process of empowerment, then there's great power and attainments that come with the mantra, for instance. And once you have entered into the mandala through the process of empowerment, then we become, both the Lama and all of the students become like they all belong to the same mandala. And so if the samaya is maintained, if it is kept, if it is protected, the power of that can lead to awakening in a single lifetime. But if the samayas are not kept, if the samayas are broken, then it will be difficult to receive any benefit, to achieve awakening.
당아도 탄다 징고를 다 징고 인트로듀스 치고 징고 데려와다 티인디네 다 더징가 저디 맥다 체베 깔라 징고다 통송 삼바다 내리마 로샤죠 통송 삼바다 치브레스.
And so now then we have this sort of symbolic introduction to the empowerment, which then is to the mandala. And this is represented by removing the blindfold. So
so that long one
so then we didn't okay.
Tijin Yuba Dam Jijin Wo Chin, Chin Je Lab de Zora de Je, Sambada La Gong Su Su Tijin Yuba Dam Jijin Chin Je Lab de Zora de Je, Sambada La Chin Je Lab de
All Tathagatas, please grant your blessings. Glorious Vajrasattva, please descend upon us.
Talomagi je je Dongbani je Usa Le Chongwe Song Durje Nangwan Taye Kondo Marabo Chaye Bema Tang Yong Tien Tsenbe Chiwen Zenba ye jang xin bi nin kara lam nam le sa ye jing wo se bo zhe ye ba du jin chen bi de wa ni me ke ni ma la hong gong bo go wo ro bam le chi jing go ro kar bo nu bo hun bien chen bi u se da wa a la hang kara bo jing ba yam le long ke jing go ro ngong bo xue da wo hua dian yong su yu bien chen bien da wa la a ma ra bo Amarabo gani wane longke jing kora parve ram meye jing kora marbo tu soma yege gen san ba wazaran tu wala ni bin zeng marbo loma ti loma de xin ba rangke jing ke song je wazaran nama cho go song to song go dorje na to na jian tang ba ting yi jia rang yi jie hong a hong ha a yi ge nam la nian ka ra tian bi hu ga nian zhen ge wo zhe zuo xiu bi hong la so bi jing ko ra nam ma lu nang tam ji kang wa ra ju sta wo de gong ge wa
So we can visualize in this way. From emptiness, we instantly arise from the awe of Vajra's speech as Amitabha. Our body is red in color, our right hand holds a lotus, and our left holds a bell marked with the same. We stand with our right leg extended, and at our heart center, Lam becomes a yellow square earth mandala. It is marked by a Vajra. At its center, upon a sun, is a blue hung. At our head, Bam becomes a round white water mandala marked by a vase. At its center, upon a moon, is a white hum. At our throat, the syllable yam becomes a blue wind mandala shaped like a bow. It is marked by two fluttering banners. Upon a moon is a red ah. Beneath our 2 feet, the wind mandala ignites a ram syllable. This becomes a red triangular fire mandala marked by the syllable ra, emanating light rays. Upon it is a red zing syllable that causes us to levitate. Light rays from the seed syllable at our heart invite the deity assembly of Vajra, mind, speech, and body, and they dissolve into the syllables hung, ha, and ah. Through the openings of our feet, light rays from the zing syllable enter. Then light rays from the hung and the other syllables completely fill our entire body.
我的听你听了真的当个说，曼达拉听了可是呢，让他们这个什么当，今天他一些什么da ni la ni jian chang ge de是一些什么jian chang呢是他说呢jian chang吧他那么的让一的是的的一个的jian chang这个吧让给人给送上老一点
Okay. So here we have this merging, this invitation of the light rays that stream out from the seed syllable at our heart, and they invite the assembly of deities, the deities of Vajra, body, speech, and mind, who then dissolve into us. And this then represents the merging of the Samaya and wisdom mandala. So this is like the merging of the Samaya being and the wisdom being.
대신 당아 동비 가라더니 사마야 당 탐색 선바다 이게 선바더니 이 수메바 아티니지 차송
So then with the mantra that follows, you can think that with that, then the Samaya and wisdom beings merge and become non-dual.
아비샤야 사담 바와 사담 다야 라라라라 자라야 자라야 홍하 안zen ta dor du de chuwi na ya kendi is ja singbo ta mandala so ha ko me bi na tene rang tan da di demcho mari te je thongkor tene ji kong tene thongkor de tene
So if like this whole visualization of the mandala that just came feels a little bit like confusing and difficult to meditate on, we can also just focus right now as we're hearing the Damaru and the bell, we can visualize ourselves in the form of Kala Chakra, just sort of, holding the feeling of ourselves as the deity Kala Chakra. And we can think that the wisdom beings, the external manifestations of Kala Chakra, are invited, are summoned through the Vajra, the chanting and the bell and Damaru, and they descend upon us like in countless emanations of Kala Chakra that descend on us like snowflakes and dissolve into us, and we become non-dual. So you can think that now this non-duality of the external deity and the ourselves as the deity, or the Samaya being and the wisdom being, have become non-dual, and that non-duality is made stable.
Akang vera he pati za gusu benza le nama hota om pati deha nasada eom sado mahabalas. So now take off the blindfold.
So we can remove the blindfold.
Tereng dorje tereng tereng dorje sambaye chuje mela chi para jong dorje menela na me tamchi mene chi para je jana zao che vi sha ya anga zo dangi ti kong do song bi jing gor te tong song samba nang gore tene da te ya te kale ka bor wa ta de ni te ne da nga zo
So we can think that now we have been able to behold the mandala, which of course, maybe it's difficult to really like have a vision of the mandala, but we can feel that now this is representing, our entry into the mandala, and that mandala which we had not previously seen, we now behold. Today Vajrasattva himself endeavors to open your eyes. The Vajra eye is unsurpassed. It opens the eyes of everyone.
Om Jana Zakju Hong So Not one Mui Shuare, then the one. Tell us the Lo Pong Jesi, Toka Sound Jiu Jik Lomanam, go to the Lo Pong Ji here to show where you do use that in the chin and do the Tajan. That Durje Loma de Durje Loma to that Lama Laya, Che, one take Durje Lopon, Sigiore, Durje Lopon, Sewane was there two ne, that chanso Togala Po, Toga Po, but Tagaran, that chanso la yang Che, one thing, one take Labro, one tea then let the DJ, Tinny Hooks on some bananas.
So there's a Yabokoma something. The Mojila Dorje Lopon Sawan.
That Hamo Dorje Lopon said that body, Dorje Lopon took a song star. That Tene Loma Namla, Sta, Loma Namla was a true. Loma Namla Pop, Loma de Sola, one takes one tail, tendo, Loma Tama, tendo with yours, one take love.
One thing then.
The one tendo, that one take.
Mm,
One
mm,
takes
oh,
the
okay,
Yamada
hot
Jim
sauce.
project now. That was
Mhm.
the one thing the or Tamadi,
Mhm.
could Dinjano with your
Okay.
or that tea on me. They show you what some Bangladesh.
So now you can visualize. So for the main part of the empowerment, like also in your mind's eye, see visualizing the Vajra master appearing as Kala Chakra, clearly manifesting in the form of Kala Chakra. And you can think that from his heart center, light rays stream out and strike all of your heart centers. And through that, then you become kind of situated on seats, on thrones in the mandala, ready to receive empowerment. Rebe.
So the desert one take the one take the terror the
Yeah,
stage you like stage in the
yeah, so it's like a stage, like you become situated in your seats, to like on this stage, of the mandala to receive empowerment.
That thing on it, the name of the local to Tukania was there to the church the Javan corner Jibana Jantang Yores. Jantang, the name of the Choba, the Poo Yores. That's a lot of the local Tukane, so the choose Javan corner Jivan and one Jantang.
So light from the seed syllable at the heart center of the principal deity, the Lama, invites the victorious ones of the 10 directions together with their retinues in the form of the empowerment deities who come to abide in the space in front.
That the Jantang, also Chobaji Pugan Choba, say that I make here. Was a Yam to Lord and did on the Bube or the Dubia or
And so then we can now think that the empowerment deities, and together with all of the victorious ones of the 10 directions, all of the Buddhas of the 10 directions, all of the deities, all of the empowerment deities are gathered in the space before us, and then we make offerings, and so then we can all do the gestures and recite the offerings together.
Well, if not, then maybe repeat after me. Om Bendra Bhuve Badita Soha.
Om Bhadra Pushpe Bhadija Soha.
Om Bendra Dube Badita Soha.
Om Bhadra Dube Bhadija Soha.
Om Bendra Aloge Badita Soha.
Om Bhadra Aloke Bhadija Soha.
Om Bendra Gende Badita Soha.
Om Bhadra Gende Bhadija Soha.
Om Bendra Nivede Badita Soha.
Om Bhadra Nivede Bhadija Soha.
Maybe you give me the tumba with the mala.
The vase with the mala, the one that has the mala.
강원남내 장적선바남제 다시조 조원남제 유미제 도제르려 하여거든 홍모 땡케 초남서 도당 jansen 도당 jansen 소바 진쟁매도 고고마다제 완차람베
Source of all qualities, just as you bestowed empowerment upon the Vajra-bearing Buddha, for the sake of protecting beings, please likewise bestow it upon us here as well. The empowerment deities, the Bhagavan Father and Mother, hold up the precious vase filled with the water of the 5 primordial wisdoms and bestow the empowerment. The Bodhisattvas proclaim auspiciousness. The wrathful ones dispel obstructors. The mothers sing Vajra songs. In the space above, the divine sons and daughters of the gods hold parasols, victory banners, and so forth, showering down a rain of flowers and saffron. Hmm?
Keep going.
All Bhagavan Tathagatas, Bhagavans who are great beings, you who have the very nature of compassion, bestow empowerment upon us. This great Vajra empowerment, revered by all of the three realms, comes from the three Vajra secrets. It is bestowed by all of the Buddhas.
Om Ambanzara Udaka Ambi Kenza Hong Surana Sadang Aham. Tida ke lomi ke nyumo banga jang pungpo nga nenjor. Ishe nga ye ngowe ji jawa nga ye song hua jia ju la xia la yang.
Here, in place of the other four awareness empowerments, the vase itself is placed at the four sides of the head and in the center, and the vase water is given. Through these, the five afflictions are purified, and the five aggregates are transformed into the essence of the five primordial wisdoms. The seeds and imprints of the five Buddha families are placed within our mind stream. So if you remember during the morning, he spoke a bit about the vase empowerment. So this is the vase empowerment.
Lao Wang Ge Tong De Wang Ge Tong De Kang Ge Jin Ji De Jian Ye De Jian Ye Da Rang Tang Xian Dong Qi Ne Bei Lu Jie Lo Guan Qie Ne Wang Tu Jie Qian Bo Da La Zuo Sta Nga Su Di Nyam Len Qi Ya Ka Wang Te Nu Te La Te Ne Da Ti La Wang Qi Da Tan Da Qi Rang Su Pumbe Ka Wang Toba Tela Dene, Tene, Tachanso Yamlan Chigris, Tene, Loponke Tene, Dorje, Chaye Latene, Yebeki Dorje no, Tene, Yombeki Tene, Chiranso Yombala, Tivenon, Zamba, Zambo Gres,
Chaye Bala.
only Dorje Chung, Dorjeva.
So now you can think that through receiving this base empowerment, you are empowered to engage in this generation stage of this particular practice. And in the process of signifying this, you are given, you can visualize that the Vajra master gives you a Vajra to your right hand and gives a bell for you to hold in your left. So you are granted the Vajra and bell.
So now, so we can do letter, but also you can think about you visualize give to I said Om Maham Bandha Hong.
So
Hong Le Chorve Dorje Om Maham Bandha Hong.
So then the Vajra is given to your right hand.
Ale Chongwe Chiwo Om Benzang Genda Ho.
And the bell is given to your left hand.
天学绕九州龙巴拉达拉花达给杨大九都是接这个娘家别罗风前内别腾过都是接接当这个接松县都是接前老街太人都是接罗风叫着老马的个你的接。你对几次大学往个同的拉着肩，同别忘了那口巴拉，我们萨瓦的当个的安比看个的，什么呀也忘记，说话特别忘记，嘿，必去啊。benzo 干比看着红色的那撒当啊哈，提起罗马那电话全部普通说不记。就浪马拉罗米给忘了这边这玩意儿没球吧？啥的，老不是的，这玩意儿没球吧？这玩意儿没球吧？大伙儿我怕没，那他是通用，那他用的通用这把酒哦。
So at this,
多的是谁呢？通过里呢，忘了那一些生的我弄嘛了，看，这些我们都搞不很厉害。
So at this time, perfect great bliss arises within us, clearly appearing as the deity. The remaining liquid transforms into Akshobhya at our forehead. Above our right ear, it becomes Ratnasambhava. At the back of our head, it becomes Amitabha. Above our left ear, it becomes Amoga Siddhi. At our crown, it becomes Vairochana. These Buddhas crown our head in Sambhogakaya appearance. In union with the female Buddhas similar to themselves, the empowerment deities with the essence of the primordial wisdom beings dissolve into us.
다 dissolve 치네 랑라다 당긴가 저 휴거나 이리다 왕 톱네 랑야 하차거 랑게 랑라 추바 다 남주이나 가서 치 하려야 초고요로 티니다 단단 가서 태양성도 총개 가서리 초상 가서리 스팅이 아르간바디 외지로 그래서
And so here we have the arising of the diadem symbolizing our full transformation into the enlightened form of the deity. And so then the empowerment deities, having bestowed empowerment, dissolve into us and we become the deity. And so therefore, when offering is made, we are both the giver of the offerings and also the recipient of the offerings. And so now we do the 5 offerings with this understanding.
Om benza buwe padita soha, Om benza duwe padita soha, Om benza aloge padita soha, Om benza gende padita soha, Om benza nivede padita soha. Lopon lara sivi tu gengang ten, tu karangang ten le ngaken chingwa marme. Jigla ninji je tu du xienan tong lo me lara sivi na ye pa xiubi nyingkaran korwa chos.
So now to receive the empowerment of the mantra, so we visualize from the heart center, the Lama, who is the deity, who appears now as Kala Chakra. So from the mantra garland at the heart center of the Lama deity, a second mantra garland emerges from his mouth, like lighting one flame. So from the one mantra garland, a second mantra garland emanates like lighting one flame from another, and it emerges from his mouth, enters into us through our right ear, and then travels to our heart center and circles there at our heart center. Ye korla drogiore ye kordawa. So clockwise.
Om ah hong ho.
Om ah hom ho.
Hakcha Mala Waraya
Hakshamallavaraya
Hongpi
Hong Pe
Om Ah Hong Ho
Om Ah Hong Ho
Hakcha Mala
Hakshamala
Waraya
Waraya
Hongpi
Hong Pe
Om Ah Hong Ho
Om Ah Hong Ho
Hakcha Mala Waraya
Hakshamala Waraya
Hongpi
Hong Pe
Om Ah Hong Ho
Om Ah Hong Ho
Hakcha Mala Waraya
Hakshamala Waraya
Hongpi
Hong Pe
Om Ah Hong Ho
Om Ah Hong Ho
Hakcha Mala Waraya
Hakshamala Waraya
Hongpi
Hong Pe
Te dara wang go wa chu ji ti qin cen ji ji jing bo re de xiu xian pun bei wang tou an tu mo wa lu ji ge zuo wo re si wei li song jie chen ma nga ra sa ba qiang xin qi ma dam yong mo tu mo man yi bi ge lu ta me de jin bi chen ma tu du ge Nupa chebara jento xaba chebara jento njo lam che lam jibe rinpa gomba langwa Dzebe go durje go ngoto jibe gewa jento jiba ino
Om Bishwa Maite Hong Pe Yumarawa
Ah,
Shimba Dilla Shimba Chitu Om Bishwa
mari
Maite
teta
Hong Pe.
yumra
Okay.
no.
Through this empowerment, you enter into and see the outer mandala with characteristics. You obtain the vase empowerment. On an ordinary level or on a common level, it purifies the previously gathered obscurations of the three negative deeds accumulated mainly through the body and protects against the accumulation of them in the future. Uncommonly, it washes away the obscuration of grasping to the body as ordinary. It establishes the special potential of the Nirmanakaya. It empowers you to meditate on the path of the generation stage. It creates the good fortune to manifest to fruition the Vajra body.
Okay, so if you need something 15 minutes break, then we get 15 minutes break. Sarva karma sudha me teden she yama guru wong ho banga wen ada da ga bandara man me awa maha samaya sado So now you are wearing the blindfold for the cigarette informants.
Yes, so put on the blindfold, which is, before we receive the secret empowerment. So now, having received the base empowerment, now we have the secret empowerment.
So repeat after me. Chuji shabje,
Shugi shabge,
kadije,
kadenge,
dakilami,
dagilame,
chawato,
chawato,
techerasangwe,
dechir sangwe,
wangene,
wangene,
gombo jesu,
ngombo jesu,
sungwanse.
zungwarze. Through your kindness, we obtained that which is unsurpassed. Therefore, with the secret empowerment, Protector, please hold us in your care.
Nyum jo ke rang ke tu ke song wu je di yin ye gua yong yong nyong ba ra nyum jo nzi ba ko da ke xie de jo bie chao ba qian bo xu ye du de ju ka song an de ha ba rang ke chang sim tang de ba ti yin ye gua tam ji ji xu be ngo wo jo be lu jian ka song de ha ba chu
The principal deity clearly appears, so the Lama is appearing clearly in the form of the co-emergent Bhagavan Kala Chakra Yabiyum, the father and mother in union. And from the secret place of the father, beyond concept, a Hung transforms into a white pointed Vajra. Its jewel is marked by an Om. Its opening is blocked by a yellow pit. From the secret place of the mother, beyond concept, a red Ah transforms into a red 8-petaled lotus. Its pistil is marked by an Ah. The channel of descending bliss is marked by a red Hri syllable. Through the father and mother entering into union, light from the seed syllable at their heart center draws in the Tathagata fathers and mothers joined in union. Entering their mouth, they melt through great passion, descending through the central channel into the secret place. Mixing with the bodhicitta, they become the essence of all the Tathagatas melted. This nectar emerges from the secret place and is received.
That's all I'm going to tell you. Yamyom seya nudwa, yamyom seya tela. Tene yom pena tab zone da tab dewa chembo zone. Tab yap ra tab dewa chembo. Yom la herab rangi ta tela nga so tela. Ta nga so pen song zam shudu jik ta yap da yom yor hina ya. Thonda tela tab he ni song dun de na. 타바 다 대통 띵인지 이게 제그레스 맞죠 배 ordinary 기 데베 게 라고요 말와 어떻게 다티 하고 그래스
So when we have imagery like this of union, the father and mother deities in union, it is important to understand the symbolism here. So the male or the father represents the method of great bliss and compassion, and the mother, the female, represents wisdom, the wisdom of emptiness. And so the union of these two is the inseparable or the indivisible union or unity of wisdom and method, or emptiness and compassion, or bliss and emptiness. And so it symbolizes, this is the symbol of the meditative absorption that is the union of great bliss and emptiness. But this bliss is not like ordinary bliss, the ordinary bliss of sexual union, but it is a transcendent bliss, an undefiled bliss.
다티 when 가두용 그래 내가 전부 가두용 그래스 슈비나 되네 당지 해봐스 다든 짐바데 해소나 되네 단기 공슈와나 이래 맞죠 분배 왕가라 다 용방아 되네 트랜스폼 다 이긴 조로고요 티가라 다 대화 전부요래 다든 짐바 와 다든 짐바 해송배가라 다든 짐바데 해배가라 대화 전부 손아 다 대화 전부 뒤는 가서 양단다 양디 하고 그래 노노로 와 맞죠 제다 야당 용들이 ordinary 배 야당 용치나 들리어 말에 가서 대소래 나와 좀 주머니 만나와 치고래스
Dawa, got it? Oh, dawa damzugu.
샤당 가서 나와 땡거래 주 근다와 땡거래 와 나와 들려요래 나와 땡거래 이니 양 주지고 셈비나 그 나와 통거 말와 인 나와 데다 배 temporary 와 용들이 temporary 그 배지 샤고요 와 얘네 야당 가서 좀 통거야 요 말에 근데 통거 야도 용 ordinary 야 용데 통거야 요 말에스 가르세나 가서 통거야 돼 대통 띵인지 와 당지 해비기 대화 전부 되게 띵인지 통거다 다 가서 상가서야 돼 스노라요 와 하마오나 대는 가서 죽도 파샤 죽다 뭐지게 죽게 된 요래 나와 여기 요래 죽 셈거야 말에 되는 가서 나와 통거로 와 나와 통은 되게 오래스
So when does this kind of transcendent great bliss arise? It arises in the absence of self-grasping. When there's no fixation, naturally there is the experience of great bliss that arises when one abides in non-conceptual awareness. So for instance, when we receive the vase empowerment and we're introduced to, the essence of the five afflictions to be the nature of the five wisdoms, this is the means through which there can be one can dispels that mind of self-grasping, that grasping or fixation is dispelled. And so then that opens the way to experience this non-conceptual great bliss. But it's really important that it isn't mistaken for ordinary pleasure, ordinary bliss, and one that produces grasping. Because this can happen sometimes with a misunderstanding of this symbolism of, the unity or the union of the male and female, the yab and the yum. But we don't want to mistake the symbolism for what it's pointing to. So just like it said, when the finger is pointing to the moon, you don't want to mistake the finger for the moon. The finger is just pointing to the moon. If you get fixated on the finger, you're never going to see the moon. So don't get attached to the finger. Look at the moon. And so this is like, in the same way, we don't want to fixate on, some attachment or intrigue, that comes up, with the Yab and Yum. Instead, we want to look at what that is pointing to, the symbolism that is the union of bliss and emptiness, the meditative absorption, the samadhi that is the union of bliss and emptiness. This is what we want to see. And so in this way, secret mantra can sometimes present a problem because there's a lot of kind of fertile territory for misinterpretation. We can really easily get confused. And so we don't want to get confused. We don't want to not see the moon. We don't want to mistake the finger for the moon. We want to see what the finger is actually pointing to.
오다 대가나 이게 대요 그랬더니 사라하 그랬더니 되니 고랑 마로 창동 버레스. 대 사라하 창동네 가르송 버레라나 가상 펜치스 나 게노 맨스 다 거기 기능 거네 게노로 봐. physically ordinary sense. 트레인 춘치 게롱이 송과. 다 넘바 참만 나디요. 다 그건 진짜 해그로 혼자만 해그로 와. 진짜 해나다 당시 해잖아. 그 중재 요 말고 송과요 말. 다 텔라 무슨 미스테이크 치즈 그레스. 가르스나 호 사라 코 타와로야 코 창동야한테 끼고다디나 다는 미스테이크로 와. 사라하 코랑 네티 가리요 하고 그러. 사라하단 점바 핵노 점바 대하고는 단 되고요. 뭐도 사라하 창동도 람나 코타와로 송다 창동도 람으로 와. 어떻게 누리요 말이스. 하고 송.
So for instance, there's this story that the great Brahmin Saraha, the great yogi Mahasiddha Saraha, he had this experience of realizing emptiness. He was drinking rice alcohol or chang or wine, in which he saw a reflection, and through seeing that reflection, he understood. He understood the meaning of emptiness. And he said, or in brief, really, his self-grasping dissolved in that moment. And he said in that moment, all grasping dissolved. And he said, up to this point, I have not actually been a fully ordained monk. But now I am a fully ordained monk, like from this moment on, because he was referring to having, overcome or broken through the collapse of the mind of self-grasping. But in hearing that, there are all sorts of mistakes that can arise, like, and actually, Saraha, they do yang nguma ite gelong yorwa. So like, there can be the thought like, so this is permitting, sort of the drinking of alcohol, that like if you, sort of in secret mantra, in drinking alcohol, you are a fully ordained monk, and so then this can lead to this misunderstanding and all sorts of wrong conduct. But the meaning in that is kind of the overcoming of grasping and fixation.
He not look, so that moment, but sometimes we mistake, right? So this the only like superficial way he's drinking the whatever alcohol. So then we say, he broke, and wow, it's because he drank. But I said same thing. Look, we look only finger didn't look, but we have to look at Sarha's realization. So nobody see the realization. So we say, he break the vows, he drank the alcohol. So, but his side, we looked at the realization. So he completely kind of like clinging, right? Dissolved some clinging.
He dissolved the mind of self-grasping.
Right. So that's some the secret mantra is the pay tang this Noria Yores.
So there's a lot of, the secret mantra is full of examples and metaphors and inner hidden meanings, and also a lot of potential for misunderstanding.
That thing, I think, very, very important how to understand the Kargors. That sanga the Zachambori, say the high yoga benefit to the Kalachara Jaga Samvara. To so let that transform Chigu, study, Rawa, Bena. No more Sama, no more but the Rangimarova, no more but Ijin Jorna, they watch him Chano.
So like
The Yamium Shijori, Yamium Chagi or they watch him Chagi or is.
So in secret mantra, we have to always kind of remain really clear about what we're doing, what the essence of the practice is, which is essentially, the transformation of afflicted mind states, the transformation of the kleshas, the afflictive emotions. And so when we're able to see the empty essence of the afflictive emotions and they are transformed into their innate essence, which is wisdom, then we can understand what these symbolisms are pointing to, like the male and female and the union of great bliss. And that is pointing to the absence, the mind that is free of kleshas, the mind that abides in recognition of intrinsic wisdom.
Debe Dorjen Changla So, Chedara, Jase Wang, Gorobe, Changjo Sene Songbo Ye, Te Tara, Hula Wang, Kor Jin. Let's see, so this nectar. Debe Sanji Dorjen Changdo.
Just as the Vajradharas of the past bestowed empowerment upon the children of the Buddhas, with this excellent bodhicitta, likewise, I bestow empowerment upon you today.
So, ma.
Kande.
Mahasukha.
Mahasukha.
Te Dara Wang Gure Chuji Sangwe Ke Bangi Jingora Te Tong Sheng Sangwe Ke Wang To Tumo Wa Nga Ki Li Ye De Ba Tabar Jang Shen Chima Dang Tumo Man Bi Long Ke Chima Chu Long Chu Ge Nu Pa Jian De Che Bar Jian De Jo Ko Da Lam Da Qin Lam A Ren Ba Gong Ba La Wang Zhe We Song Do Re Jie Chu Bi Ke Wa Jian De Qi Ba Yin Nos.
Through this empowerment, you enter and see the secret mandala of the Bhaga. You obtain the secret empowerment. Commonly, it purifies the previously gathered obscurations of the 4 negative actions of speech and protects against accumulating those obscurations in the future. Uncommonly, it washes away the obscurations of the karmic winds. It establishes the special potential of the Sambhogakaya. It empowers you to meditate on the path of the stages of self-blessing. It creates the good fortune to accomplish the fruition, Vajra speech.
Da xierab yixie ke tong la wang le, da de xierab yixie je tong de sa ye bu ju ju jen me do zhang, re ra ling jen yin de jen ba de, sang jie xing le me ge pu wei, do gu nam da xiang de jo ba shu su, da de xierab yixie ke tong de tene, wang na ro na, sti lo ji nang gres.
So now we move into the wisdom awareness empowerment. So now in order to receive the wisdom awareness empowerment, then please repeat.
Jumden Shewa,
Chomden Jewa,
Chenboje,
Chenboje,
Lorje Nenjor,
Dorje Nevjor,
Jegshiba,
Shiksheba,
Meji Chaje,
Meche Chaje,
Robabo,
Drupabo,
Dorje Jole,
Dorje Jorle,
Yangdanjong,
Yangda Jung,
Chedar Chune,
Chetar Chune,
Dangniche,
Daniche,
Ngada Dala,
ngada dala,
대다른조
ditarzo,
콜반담지
korwa damgi,
소난도
sonandu,
칭와자미
chingwa kyame,
달라조
dala kyo. Bhagavan of great peace, you who cherish the single Vajra Yoga, accomplisher of the indivisible mudra, perfectly arisen from Vajra union, just as you are a great being, sovereign guide, make us like that too. Sinking into the muddy swamps of samsara, we are without a refuge. Please protect us.
So this take the what?
So we wear the blindfold again.
Lo phong je ring ma zhe ni la yong ba ne song de lo mian la di song yi wong de chu je den jia ra sang je nam je dang ko lo ring mi ju wa yi de wa dan be nyong wa je du ji ji zhong ji ne je nu wen nang de jiu ba da kang ke je wa ra yi xie je yi xie de ne ngo wo ni o ma 휴는 단자 남변을 소바와 임하고 되네 용조소 비송이 줄과 장소 셈지 민감는 말과 가와 인가라 조가 대와라 제발 가원으로 제제와 대디제 로마 나와시비 인가 성우지 티 우지 대와 염염지 고비 간에 휴빌루지 진 라바 현 라마 당자와 야 용제 당외 로마 염염 Lula Jobi Roger Cho Soda Tindu Zo Tangi Pere, Petela Carsena Nazota, Jig Benata Pechasote, Yaptan Yom, Onzonde, or that Teletene, Tene, Yaptan Yom Ke Tapan Hera Nipo Sondu Joba, Teletene, Tene Deton Tinginzi, Tangazo Deton Tinginzi, Jaya Yoreta, Dewa Chelatene, Tangi Gatangati Carsa. 초가 이 해지리 되네 가서 지다 대화 첨부 되네 최근 요원에다 가서 오늘 대화 첨부에다 탐지 대화람 날에 가던 초가 가된 행식지다 담아다 행식지 와라 행식집에 가와 세야 되다 다 상지 공부하면 행식집에 가와 차리 와라 어다 tindi지 그래서
So here, again, meditating on this union that is symbolized by the male and female in union, the Yabum deity, the union that is the experience of empty great bliss, but the union of bliss and emptiness, the union of method and wisdom. Then as one abides in this recognition and really powerful bliss is generated, and penetrating the empty essence or seeing the empty essence of that bliss, then through the various yogic practices, there is the arising of the four joys. So what one works with the four joys, joy, supreme joy, beyond joy or transcendent joy, and co-emergent joy. And so this bliss becomes more and more refined, stronger and stronger. And the ultimate bliss that is joy that is the co-emergent joy is the co-emergent joy of complete awakening or Buddhahood.
다대 다라왕 거와 추지게 군업 창조 삼제 진거로 더 효행 해라 이게 왕토 투모와예 네 소마 테마 사바 장신 치마 당원 투모만이비 송지제 남도 라화 치마 주 추지贵女바 제바라 전전 람 제진 거로 콜로 공바랑 저 도도제 군업에 개와 전도 지바 이노스
Through this empowerment, you take off the blindfold. Through this empowerment, you enter and see the mandala of relative bodhicitta. You obtain the empowerment of knowledge and primordial wisdom. Commonly, it purifies the previously gathered obscurations of the 3 negative actions accumulated through the door of the mind, and it protects against accumulating those negativities in the future. Uncommonly, it washes away the coarse obscurations of the concepts of subject and object. It establishes the special potential of the Dharmakaya and empowers you to meditate on the path of the Mandala chakra. It creates the good fortune to accomplish the fruition, the Vajra mind.
다 가서디 쉐르데 다 츠왕 다 왕가 통다 조데 다 대차데요레 티니다 왕가 모조 다 델라진도 지나로나스.
So then we have the 4th empowerment, the word empowerment. And so this is what is introduced through the symbolism of language. So in order to receive this 4th empowerment, the word empowerment, please repeat.
당니 체추
Dani Jechu,
가디체
Kadenge,
조워 왕콜
Sowo Wangkor,
남솜토
Namsumto,
테랭 린첸
Ndering Ringchin,
셰바양
Shebayang,
가디체네
Kadenjine,
잡도졸
Kyapdu So. Great being, through your kindness, we have obtained the 3 main empowerments. Today we pray, through your kindness, protect us by bestowing the precious 4th empowerment as well.
시로 이시티니 뉴그르드 저베 장저 선바고 말하던 페레 힘바다 저바미바니 되 저와데 권한이 제 주어담제 삼제메자와 니제랑 인랑 등등데 마자자 전부 당니 눈진 창진 전부랑 이티니 왕시바 이시인라 대왕 선배告诉我这边现在写了吧一些的你同他们节现在这边就那个大本营吧的讲究什么光吧的空巴的这边空的空的拍瓦的拍瓦拍新的吧他们去谁吧这把他们去谁吧你的这把他们去谁吧你的就话的可能你这就他们去什么节目叫我让我是就这个当然了等等的那一个这节目我龙就做别个当你人民送酒都见长进步上一看一把才能往西边我你把到把它出些大体看来看龙的大体能没能通过大体给王送别通道的别通天气的看里把它嘛老个都说
And so here with what is described here with words, which I will read through slowly, is what is kind of being pointed to through the examples of the preceding 3 empowerments. So this is like the empowerment or introduction to the real meaning, the ultimate meaning, the nature of mind. The bodhicitta, that is that very knowledge, right? Yeah. The bodhicitta, that is that very knowledge and primordial wisdom, is like a sprout, fully growing through meditation, becoming suchness, free of obscurations, the nature of the inconceivability of all reality, the nature of Mahamudra endowed with the 7 aspects. It is the nature of great Vajradhara. This is the primordial wisdom of the 4th empowerment. The co-emergent knowledge and primordial wisdom introduced during the 3rd empowerment is like a sprout of the ultimate co-emergent fruit. By meditating upon such bodhicitta, by becoming familiar with it, it fully grows higher and higher, and all obscurations are exhausted. The non-existing nature of the inconceivability of all reality is the luminous Dharmakaya. The deity's enlightened body, endowed with the 7 aspects, is the essence of Mahamudra. inseparable with the very nature of the Sambhogakaya. The nature of the great united Vajradhara is the essence of the fourth empowerment. You must realize this.
이제는 제다 전도 전함이 지도 두전다 지셔와의 초랑이나 파테에 파 단데리다 모두 대화티 효로가 니나는 요레스.
And so then the real kind of pith of this introduction is contained in this single verse that says, this pristine awareness is extremely subtle. It is like the center of Vajra space. It is immaculate, thoroughly perfected, and peaceful, and you are also the father of it.
You understand? Do you understand? I don't know, the English is a little bit confusing too, you know, the Tibetan is just step by step, easy, but translation, so.
So first, what is translated is primordial wisdom, pristine awareness, or primordial awareness is this word yeshe. So actually it is a combination of words. So a lot of Tibetan words are this way, where you have each syllable holds a lot of meaning. So ye is primordial or original or from the beginning, and she is knowing or awareness or wisdom.
nga chu ki ju la yu bi he de wa ri ki ning bo do wa yin do ma ne yo re song re yin do ma ne yu de wa ji ko wan cha men jang ge he yo ma re nga chu thong ma ne yo re the la yang ko tha ma nga chu dan da nga chu di temporarily nga chu wan cham di yu na ko ra yin do ma de cham ra yo ma re si be yin do ma yin ne thak pa Yes, yin ta dewa. Yin doma ne yu dewa tele. Yes. Yes, tati ori tatele.
So what this yeshe is, this or ye, this primordial or original or from the beginning is referring to, is the fact that our true essence, our innate nature, has been such since beginningless time. It is abided, ever present as the Buddha nature, the Tathagata Garbha, and it is there, primordially. So actually it beyond, wandering in samsara or not wandering in samsara, in a sense, we have actually never wandered in samsara because there is always this, there's this primordial essence that has always been such. And so it is immaculate and utterly pure from the very beginning, or from time without beginning.
Yes, I don't know what they said. In China, that yes, Tande shit yin doman you be. Then I thought that he devari Ningpo elaborate. The hit Ningpo.
And so that's the ye part of yeshe, which is primordial, or from original or from time without beginning. And then the she part of yeshe, which is awareness or wisdom or knowing, then this knowing or this awareness, which has been present primordially, is the ground of our being, the ground of awareness that is the Tathagata Garbha or Buddha nature.
What a tea in the tea, Tatella, not so tell a carson, hit devari picking Bojidoa, or hit devari picking botella, not a tamala yores, the Ningpo Ruku on a chap, soon do. Chorap, the cake Ningbo, Ruku on a chap, soon. Then it chet not a tamala yores. That Tia Chorabe with the Pazanga inari, the Mazanka inari, equally pure tamala yores.
What's going on?
The technique.
And this Buddha nature, this indwelling primordial wisdom, primordial awareness, is possessed by all beings, every single being. It pervades, as it says, it pervades the mind of all wandering beings without exception. It's the basis of the awareness of all beings. And there is no difference, in the quality of this essence in some as opposed to others. So somebody who has accumulated a great deal of negativity or is, has a lot of obscurations or non-virtue, the Buddha nature for them is equally pure for someone as it is for someone who is fully awakened. So it is, this pure essence is innately pure and pristine, and the same, for all beings equally.
So the same as the pure gold, right? Pure gold, or whatever, 24 karat. So this you can, the gold, the wrapped, special cloth, and you put it in the nice box, or you maybe throw in the or septic or whatever this unclean.
You can throw it in the septic, in the sewer, the septic system.
But the gold is not changed, right? So in the septic or clean place. Or that thing is there.
So it's like that.
Or that thing is here. That thing you will use and the Sanji Gray, tomato, the granty, Choran Sanji Tube Grace, Choran temporary, the Fatabina, Sanji Tube Gray, granty, say at the Sanji Kitasoya, Terawa. The Madonna Sanji Tube Grace, Laptop Marwa.
And this is why we can become enlightened. This is why awakening is even possible. Because we all have this seed, we all have this, possess this essence, and so therefore it's guaranteed. It's guaranteed that we will awaken because we have the Buddha nature. It is just temporarily not seen for what it is.
What tiki yihidi, Angata Tandarancho, the Nazono Dodoji, or that did das. Senatea Cabores, or Hind Trabares, the Tower, semi. Same shit they were opinion about the Dodoji, Tandangatum, Jitendi, Mopo Trop de Vandrige, Yomares, Hind Tras, I don't know what they translate.
So it is, and then it says this pristine wisdom or this pristine awareness is extremely subtle. And so what is meant by this is that sometimes there's this fixation or this idea like that this essence of awareness, this primordial awareness is like some thing that we can identify and kind of get a hold of, And so it isn't like that. It's not like matter or, some identifiable thing that, because it's so subtle, it's difficult to realize for that reason, because it is so subtle.
Tindi Tadamata, Natsun Jikendi, Tandadis Natsuda, Jikendi Luke, Kidanatun Deniris, Jew Mares.
It is not something that that is like an identifiable object or phenomena of this world.
Read the ordinary sense,
And
not to take it to Mares. Not to normal Tandangatoroi, Peba Jake, then is it to Bulagomar, Jitani Jew Mares.
So young chair.
Jitani Jew Mares, low Peba.
Low Peba. Yeah, so the ordinary mind can't identify it.
That Peshagore, that is Hugla Karshadosana. Dorje Namki Gita, stop Peshagore.
And so therefore, there's this example that is given to describe it, that it is like the center of Vajra space.
Confusing, right? In that dorje se ya de ta nga so de according to the sanji ta chu kan la dorje se ya ji yore dorje se ya de la sawa thang temba thang meshek ba thang mechu ba thang jurwa me ba
Right, sawa, temba, meshikba,
menjorba
megirwa.
o ta tini ji re slap
Tini.
gore
Okay.
ti dorje rang ji de
And so first, the significance of Vajra. So what Vajra means, like there are the particular qualities of a Vajra, which are that it's stable, it's solid, it's indestructible, it's unchanging.
o tela ta tini ji yore ta pe sha go nga so dorje ji pe sha du de ke ni bo te tini ji yore
And so this sort of indestructibility, the unchanging, stable indestructibility of awareness is what is the way, like a Vajra, to describe this awareness that is the Buddha nature, the essence of awareness.
다 텔라 카르시나 두디안 타니 히와데 송두 카티도 지노
And it is, didn't the namge kill?
야 남기 지질라 그러
Oh, okay. And it is immaculate and thoroughly perfected and peaceful.
다 티인두 연태 참마 지데와라
So it
연태
is,
참마 지데와 그가 나이기 지 용몽비 두당 체와 다 틀리지레스
so it is sort of blossoming or increasing with all of the wholesome or enlightened qualities, the qualities of awakening, and it is completely free from the stain of the defilements, from the stain of afflictive emotions and cognitive obscurations.
다 티인두 이나양 땅가서 요리스 individual 요리스 참말라 헤데히 뭐 요러와테
And everyone has it. It is possessed, if you will, by everyone.
이나양 가와 요리스 선 가바로 방가서 루포나랑 고라 요리 냥라 요리 강바라 요리 라야 가바로
But where is it? If we try to identify where it is, like within us, we can't. We can't say like, oh, it dwells in the head, or it dwells in the heart, or it dwells somewhere. Is there some location or some identifiable locale?
다들 가보레스 빼는 남기지다버스
That's difficult. Like it's impossible to say, to identify, to pinpoint, to say that's it. Just as it is impossible to say that's the center of space.
다 센터 스페이스 라야 요 말와 가와라 그래 와
There is no center of space. We can't identify a center to space.
다데 아메리카지는 센터 스페이스 얘기를 하나 인디아 가와래 되노 요 말.
So if in America we look up and say, oh, that's the center, it's just like right above me. In India, they'll say the same thing. Oh, it's just right there, the center of space. So that's not really actually identifying a center of space.
다 티인두 가서 히데와 이비키님 뭐 요와데다 하코고레 스가서 요와데 다 단다 가와 요다 가와미는 그 제바면 와
And yet, it can be known, it can be understood, this ground of awareness, the basis that is the Tathagata Garbha or Buddha nature.
다 이책 타마데 초라에네 티에 파스
And that is what's indicated by that last line, which says, and you are also its father. You're the father of it.
다 초라 이거래 라고
Like it's yours.
individual
It's in you.
어다 티인두 다 땡가서 다 ngōtu고 헤데와 이비키님 보테 다 저원지 텐송공 케타 송버리 왕도 유라지네 토바이 송도 왕 통다테 다 모주치고 다 단계가서 대화 첨보당도 개 첨보리가 유년도 이나야다 타마디 가르라고 그래 대통령이 이제야 돼. 쭉 가르 있으나 다시 대화리 님보다 말아 요와 상지야 요와 어다 대 뒤모주 진행 대야 되네 다 라마래라고 저는 라마
And so this is what the introduction is all about. You know, this is what the empowerment, the whole process of empowerment is really pointing to. Like Lord Jigten Sumgan says that to really receive empowerment means to understand the meaning of empowerment. And so, you know, all of this symbolism, all of this ritual, the kind of, you know, these concepts of union, the unity, the inseparable union of bliss and emptiness, like what is it pointing to? It's pointing to the primordial awareness that is inherent as our very basic essence of being, as the Tathagata Garbha, as the Buddha nature that is, you know, that is within, that is really, you know, that we have. And so coming to really understand and feel real confidence or faith in our Buddha nature, in our capacity for awakening, that you know, that we have the capacity for the awakened, that we have the Buddha nature. When that is really understood, like that's the Lama. That's actually our true Lama.
Okay, well that is that. Tiedara Wang Gurwa Chuji Tongtamba Changja Simji Jingwa de Goma Yen Wang Xibi Tsuwan Rambo Jeto Tumongo Sumji Chama Chamo Waja Tangji Basaba Chang Xing Chima Dam Tumo Mayinbi Ye Chama Sumzi Kendam Chamo Chu Ngobo Ni Go Dewa Chembo Go Yen Nipa Chebar Jendan Jo Lamcha De Chembo Gomba Nenjol Gomba La Wang Drivu Go Drivu Durje Som Roji Nyamni Ishi Durjen Robe Kewa Jenda Chiba Ino
So through this empowerment, you enter into and see the mandala of ultimate bodhicitta. You obtain the fourth empowerment, the precious word empowerment. Commonly, it purifies the previous gathered subtle obscurations of all three doors, together with their subtle imprints, the habitual patterns, and seals against those in the future. Uncommonly, it washes away the obscurations of primordial wisdom, the subtle concepts, or the obscurations to primordial wisdom, the subtle concepts of subject and object. It establishes the special potential of the Svabhavika Kaya, the Kaya of great bliss. It empowers you to meditate on the path of the yoga of the unity of Mahamudra. It creates the good fortune to accomplish the fruition, the primordial wisdom Vajra of the equal taste of the three Vajras.
My job.
So you guys can all stay seated. Okay. Yeah, he's gonna come around with the ritual objects and give you empowerment. Okay, goes that away.
Om Benzor Sado Samaya Mane Balaya Benzor Sado Dinoma Dida Dendo Mekwa Suzo Kayo Mekwa Subo Kayo Mekwa Anara Mekwa Sama Sati Mekwa Sabama Sudane Dede Kiyon Guru
So now we have completed the empowerment. We have received the empowerment, and upon the completion of empowerment, we can repeat the following.
Sowo jedara.
Sowo jedar,
Kazarwa.
katsawa,
Tada tamji.
deda tamje,
Dageji.
dageji,
Sowo jedara.
sawo jedar,
Kazarwa.
katsawa,
Tada tamji.
seda tamje,
Dageji.
dageji. So the chiboyura. Teacher, I will do all as you have instructed.
Okay. Tene da nga tsu di tanda henche namgi zogram da tene gyurwa chou senare da jatang na ro churu tangde ma churu re da ina yang da ko yila chou slow gyurwa chade di tung por ti ke wang ma long ma chulu yes.
So now, just as a follow-up to this empowerment, there's been the request for the transmission for the completion stage practices of this empowerment, which are essentially like, the completion stage practice with characteristics involving like the similar to, or involving the practices of the 6 yogas of Naropa, called the Yinla. Got it? So the 6 branches, and so he will give this transmission.
Brale nimi tu je angolo zoreme geme se sona la lu joro yela ato so ngonjo je ndo ngondo namongo banza di ya de wang to je tam se da dong ba den be lo ma lan se ni da den be lo fong len je ba na ge zo na so mo yin de bi su de dong ba la zo re xie ngondo Timodan Tenjorani Gawada Metaba Tali Juniru Ki Dunga Tang Tumu Big Jamdo, Dorsen Mendela Menin Jonama Jendo Dara Chila, Ju Leg Bara Jansin, Uyi Ke Mundo, Nimi Jumpolo, so re me ke me se so ma ta lu jo ro yin la tu bi tu mo ta tu mo mai bi ge ngon ro da la che ba ge ngon ro la en som lu nga yi som ji de na tu bi ge na mi ta chu je je rem nga da chu ju sam de so ka mi ji ba ra chap de to lu su la sha du cha wo mu ye da ra na mu ye la ji wa yin la tu de ku song do do ji nen joro tong da hua ra song de ge wa le tong mo ge wa gu ye nen joro tong bo so du ba tang de ne tong ma ra ge wa dor je nen joro ma so sam ba hi ge tong bo so ro je du ba ne le ni kang ba de ru ji ja ga ni dor je ko so jian zhen la ye ko la ga bo xian sam je me jia wa yin la jie da la da dor je dor da hi na ce ne so ra ni xue qian teng ba bi di je huan la me ge de ne hua rang teng hua ro bo ji hua ra san be nga la ne jo rong la ge ba dang jie wa men ba kang wu se sem ra bo de yo bi ni nu jie ge da tang de la zhen de gong mo yang你那个没把当个着急推起着急，下着头瞧了绿叶大当，我们厕所空的人个，绿叶那么个来地面把身份证这个绿叶，你在那么看，他们是身份相信的，打开菜我的龙天诺。龙天诺特大的年前头几年，你们说老王老头老说吧，给大家叫他开的，特大的季节干那，瞧个汤接到了那我说就那，给些的七八少节只用那些老大就来当成给头当没觉得那么个当买卖的东西。你的见把我当的我当你妈当的街当听来的为的抽个铁也开，我说我当抽早啊，因那给路中的春或者节庆吧，搞见哟。我那这前听来听听各堂迎着将在拉扫吧，那位给大当成连这个抽进就应当。天高天那路上不街浪的路街跟着听面，就我对上街头了，他的路都是街。还是把点什么仓位空胖了，前头你把什么天了，你把速度节奏这边什么些空把了，六年俺妈都什么天，俺公的头老少我大工人同我那些了，他了腾水间出路没把我送的同啊到了，动手推进了，这梅花的下样子把没把就啊。这动手听你讲，让给三位人没的到不高，人没有着急到我那我小问题。老金钱这边要没的话的，这几些去我不收的车说人家经常给去收他们去。错了听啊，你的对那个把光把人喏，娘节那活动把太阳节这个娘节那活动嘛呢，他把那做这个那活动的，你莫说对的。给个我到了那么给了的呢，动手三分钟推荐的，他堂动手马上跑吧，你这个我老说我什么时候我那到等你动手去下了先动手将雨前一人没，马到就花然才莫那我开龙堂三分的羊才莫让。拉动了这边动手节，我们也那长当马人那上的是了把也热嘛，马上不用的讲嘛个这不你个样。ye ne de no tan me ne umara sung we lam ne du zang se sem de la gum zu de la nga be sam ten da cha la na wo ji je ke lu la sem de ce long ke ka dong ze kan do dang tin be le zhe we mo long dong na kang da bang zhou ba song so rang ta me bi ke bu干那跟他们是三万英吧的地主节节推荐给什么那个什么的呢？公巴当在马到的人家给咱或者那么多，他让俺姐给就他们这让人家先把他交的啥他们的么同玩意思。啥汤不的把同玩意的呢？我是当真的，我东巴了的呢，我是当真的，我东巴的你姐给人都个留你说。他那对接动作龙什么什么啦的，你把这个那个龙什么什么啦的，把它跑过去，我把天把你说他六年这中的时间你到底，你老我是头上我看容易把这身边大了街上的给人啦，俺娘是郎我对咱们说我用我那里头。 harma ne dong la so ba ji chung yang wo se je dong ba ji je mo yu xin de sam tan yi la nga ni de ni ba gong mo ta da ra ji je gen be ba dong so tam ji je wo se dong ba ru je ye da ni dong so Naman ten te tara je ga wei ke nu na to dong ba de ngan de zhe zhe ne rang sen na zo zi zhen ji ta men jie tang zhe wa zi dong song jiu你不然的我天天他也给没说我的真把当先三七八清破我的木星啊当他这头电上网上面上姐姐没就别都是这个毛头我或者给我都接送姐姐那就是我的了或者给给我都接送姐姐叫了总之你来汤包说错着太阳节就得现在就留了那我也能说用呢做我协议讲的那我你。因开开龙的作业啦，天里头那边别把做了些不说头呢，动作节就呢头呢，那我给龙娘们就。说忙高为花的烟喏，他的节目空头六年节民常见的说了就节花上他们手的啦爷。光别等吧上山你来用铁头像老板你弄着的，那也给等头小伙子操着的老板的你看见了。刚得我瞧我懂的呢，娘是两把啦，他们的都能的节奏我讲我呢说开龙我把我们个都是节那把红。头多的节用啊中多的啦，没把让他我把他穷啊他前头对那把天人啦，他们准备给真的说给，就嘛就把叫我先接给懂的啦，那把用啊红的松江的他这些可老板的给节去就说。龙洞的节搞完的什么啦的节，太阳上天节个搞完的了一拉年娘们是。nhắm sơ lòng của chấm lông con thu thế cho nên chấm lông chỉ con thu chỉ đi vào lâu mà chỉ sự vào thằng lông nhắm chữ từ chỉ nên nhắm chữ mới đâu nè nông vật chỉ xong bên trong có ra chỉ nhắm sơ cho nên lông rồi hộp chỉ ngộm nên chỉ vào hiện lan nên chữ lên từ xong hiện xong là thì chỉ là ngao long ngô hồng chen thì cái chữ này dấu long hồng chen cái số long mình cái chữ hoa đằng của châu hồi là na nhìn hồi trên con bên lên cái giáp long trạc phổ đằng này hôm qua khai cho ra cái yu lên từ này xem mà con ta rồi thế ta ra số ông mà chữ trên chữ đa số cái chỗ à mình ngô ba hôm ba trên thế trên rừng là sông này sông cá hiện nằm thô cái chuyện chi ba u long trà dễ đó thế nhỉ cái cả một số chẳng trà long chân tháp cái nhìn ta nhìn ta cả cái lũ này không ta ra chi la này đồ la này cái ba lâm chân hoa thông ba cái chân này ta chỉ thông cái hoa前么的今年唐伯知那地给三天节烟啦，你听听呢，他说主题的钱我世界的问桥湾的你，他都开心的些天亮，这位在道上坡我当他了姐姐给天连天，在他我姐坡的我里这位姐婆我在没给在外面接呢，太阳没我不呀。你从他们那上的是手把的话题的家啦，马下同有说是什么的一百钱呢？咱们啦就这看了家行业工，头的把他年看了什么我，红那波上把他头马拉龙江的龙我把南边菜行业学的人家离红了的龙江朝的南边的我给阿西接跑红了的把老万前边把老红。那天都用把来就咱们的路都是这种给进，常务的伢人们都把你说都说样别一个就不能好把当中大街当着来讲的，除了好那家这么起龙南卡拉把老完成了，有人跟他的他就是开始把脚的到这个别给我刚刚那从龙给等的当完这问的呢。提前干呢，那我用个一呢，属龙的我把电话弄么头把菜叶个用茶锅当我说，提前干呢，提来就可多了，你说让我抽上的给出动属龙给就是我们的那边在过。 Chi chewara se lo de je se jerem tang de rem ji chi kang ju go wan de yin la yin bi ma di so ma de so de ne le long ge yi ji je ge long ba she de ju wa shen ga la da ne rang ge ji yin zo bu xia wa 世间少啊，谁话当就节目数啊，参年当中他们去切切的节，世间不中中我大强就不生帮他们节节来，人们间就不基本就是天天节这种上面上去，同着为公帮着把没啥我你帮子没给年就是做着节节个讲么龙山，我们这个天年节咱个人年三两本节话当子没给年就是说我们头着三来走吧。 我这说，他说在话龙永宝中的中国也叫么呢？那年就节中也在红线节人不少，切的后呢，那头我边俺呢红线头龙，他说查的天津江出日不拉江话长嘛的家台大娘们是前边都是往头。 对他破灭不错把用题材所定的长把当看见，我有人都讲我也很把钱呢，我也很把钱这个都是呢，抽的这往这边我也呢是呢，让他的这边可把这种可在什么看到，俺的都节没有那种多人那节。 有个面朝着天年上的手都接不，干了个我当着讲你原来那楼的中着讲原来那我那些头的脚把的萝卜去，讲面原来那我的脚往这我提前好把当早龙听到提前上个我见过路长到注意着你当年刚经过也长到人心写到。 切人间正把门看完，拿人们几当切中就着切说这位接龙康拿过，黄人们写堂切人们几年切着头，我走到了南高到了我不常我了，说说了接我的把心里头一点看家。 那个好那人们就当切中解决着些的，绿泥都是绿泥，我都是几个我到了去了红人节在切了红年节，我把光的红通天都在了节，我这拿着手提，我说我那刚新接了也见了，接了前头人的往前送。 那家伙的头别龙是不觉得我张过了没有救命，他这的张过了头去呢，应该张过了天把上边的我红前头养红人说红前当龙身为你个的小兵他的，应该张到五头去年定比给张过了天边应该红前龙。 应该红前那红人的红人，同结学边的把结了把张过了，后头学边张过了那我点把这把见那的红人的红前人到了松边的把这边给张过了那个走到了那天把叫红人的那边讲我来到了走到结束呢。 走到了街，张过了他们街，去把那些张过他们街，钱那样人同街街跟俺拉包那些个绿的颜色，去把那包就往俺拉街，人家这玩意呢。好吧，下面的那连接，从我说俺明天叫个铁搞问题，对吧？全部要我当面边境，中国的头呢，记得那个就通话了，就接跟娘子往这的中。 那天同我到绿泥所说街都搞砸了，从给来街我这等的期间，同中的对面像什么街上一点能把人街都知道把开了，他就是结果我当就。就去刚呢，就红人街烧后红通街，他是吃了长了街卡包呢，将毛姐姐给出笼姐姐给我弄的。 他那男的养也当的解决给，头他们健康的什么秘密永远接到那姐姐了就，个些些别唐伯姐姐跟青蛙爸爸，他说二娃堂姐把娘我军来他们起的巧克力那种说知道了姐姐送给红钱，出国光别给大呢，二姐个动作他们去娘用当的新切的姐是我当根本没别大头人家。 除了说别送到店里边些节都么用天对，就是那山东日咱们说讲究了， 定制藏马祖将真空界南华民众，他的电送成为上界人间军队界空帮国对击吧。红前抽开藏可罗抽开没法龙动作南华耶人民。谁家没把天这些这些连这个娘是狼哇，那么什么罗金跑我是，他来给我头，他来给我头都是接当是保险，他来这边给人家定给这个报道，他不就是真把我唐伯杰就是这边人家的我都将被动作娘我这进行下去。好家伙，们这个当把我东把那可把这把一弄太阳呢，就让看完他搞我当现在搞我这把我绿姐姐家的同嘛，看嘛浪把嘛把电把当做龙开做了把汤，体力这将们中国当我也让绿姐都没得一把，所以就这个体育界人们一把了出些多么他们在家看嘛搞啊，看啥去多么接到别他们在。呀，娘说浪的上来，我是东北这什么节，出村这边搞到了是外界的我真的出去。我在你这的多么红也跟着你先当的把没人呢。这回军上推来个不，等我怎么这把了？朝廷通的搞把这边和一些件把这边我们的就被推来，这把年看着个的。台湾人一直搞我当老人样子，拖着街将为台湾搞人看就看，真把搞我台湾人钱，他的街切钱当个讲这边做到讲的，还不存钱等这把这啦，得注意些钱，把别那么多抽给钱也给弄我他们现在，带钱多别俺都叫我有人在那边公么。有人的那把这个嘛，在那家看完现的上面他们这叫人家都弄完了，呀，让同或者有的看就这些连这这大大的有这这网光的网灯，对我说是我做的弄完哈，讲课上的前那个钱呢，因为这工作人把他们这些到用就这这个光好不得呢，这你看说的我这个就把这个上面都。这么作为工人对娘子郎年轻的把这个概念搞了搞完整把它搞的这我的连接几个搞我恰恰就没他的这种连接，有的没的话全部动手就别恰恰就没得可能就把来把它开切我太大的基本别给他呢啥就能把。没得我大搞的这么大当，明天我老说别从给误解给那的最双重他的电手上面。上街我怕没也恐怕你把它见着把我你把这个这什么的当你把这个这个什么的六什么的就对当的把六年当没能给龙些叫我说说这你搞不了说叫什么什么的推下话这研究来光北美把动手当明明也得为说你们当什么没有为点别的我不他们这的玩家都这种现在是对上天气这个搞上同为动作囊通说说真比推下的话这就别是东西的娘们说娘为的通在他们就说这对这边等于这娘把它下课等于这娘把它下课在他的这边就边这我的呢这东巴当谁家当东巴当一节了吧我等可罗那么些人吧，你个看那我的大公别开车呢，路上面吃东西。你说公交的马路啊，就是这的娘子老人推毛边，他头咱弄推来一些节都是节，他别点上面上节节那上节那把它弄子节目上家我。上家我的大人咱姐姐住出来，也拉姐姐住我们的住我把的从此前呢着他妈呀，面包桥跟桥着了，他们人给呢他老送上的我送上北巴公把那他拉拢你的行动出家就把老送桥送你家。抽街当姐家定居他们就我的人了，年轻姐姐也我没把这个样色浪费小张的他们的人别通天姐别强求我十万龙他们的话定金姐姐的话节目的话都拉他们上呢见可乐去我老大伯的人生活看我 Sani Devara Kama Sa Sama Rinpoche Kama Sa Yin Yara Sa Sama Rinpoche Sa Do Rinpoche Sa Ge Rinpoche Kama Devara Shabe Sa Ge Rinpoche Sa Ju Zu Tora Nambara Kama Sa Ju Che Ba Rinpoche Ji Samban Dobe Sa Ju Ni Ba Lu Tam Chi Je Kama Sa Ju Som Ba Za Wei Long A Yin La Ke Long Dong Tang Jia Jie Jia Kam Song Ji Song Ni Za Ni Xue Za Ni Zhi Gumboma Gu Judo La So Bi Ta Ne Nam Kun Chok Ne Nami Namba Nam Je Ga Rang So Gu Zhou Yong Su Zo Ba Sang Jin Ko Lo Kong Pang To Bar Chi Wan Mi Le Wi Yang Ta Bei Sema Yin No Xie Jia Wa Zo Ren Tam Chi Jian Ta Do Zhou Ba Yin La Chou Wei Gap Su Short dedication.
So we'll do short dedication, but first I want to just make an announcement that what you just received, the transmission for these completion practices, stage practices of the co-emergent Kala Chakra, together with actually also many sections of the empowerment that was just given and an expanded collection of the co-emergent Kala Chakra generation stage and completion stage practices will be available on our dear Vajra brother and extraordinary translator Eric Freimiller's website, Buddha Visions. He said that they should be available by this afternoon to purchase as a PDF or ebook or physical copy. So buddhavisions.com. Okay, so we'll do the dedication de Shodangari. So at the bottom of page 16, where it says by the virtues collected in the three times, by myself and all beings and samsara and nirvana, and by the innate root of virtue, may I and all sentient beings quickly attain unsurpassed, perfect, complete, and precious enlightenment. May the teachings of the great Drikungpa Ratna Shri, who is omniscient, Lord of the Dharma, Master of interdependence, continue and increase through study, practice, contemplation, and meditation until the end of samsara.
Thank you. See you tomorrow.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you to
Bye-bye.
our translator. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks to translate.
Thank you
Thank
so
you, Mama.
much.
Translator.
Translator, thank you.
Thank you. Blessing.